Do you want to play a game? This will be our final game. Because today, we're taking a look at Saw 10.
So, what's poppin', y'all? Take a look at Saw 10 today is our final video on Saw. Because this is the last one in the franchise. I am so excited. I have finally seen every single Saw movie, and I am so disappointed with this one. This one fucking sucks. This one is the worst one out of them all, in my opinion. I genuinely hate this one. This one is so dog shit. This one is so ass. Compared to the rest of them, I was so disappointed with what this one was like offering, and this one had to show. So yeah, Saw X is pretty much a letdown, not gonna lie, but we'll get into it. We'll explain the thoughts and opinions of why I feel this way and why I am correct. But without any further delay, let's head over to Google and see what they have to say about Saw. So Saw X is Saw 10. And it is a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb and an 81% of Rotten Tomatoes and a 3.2 out of 5 on Letterboxd. You can watch this on Netflix, Amazon Prime, Google Play, and YouTube.
Hoping for a miraculous cure, John Kramer travels to Mexico for risky and experimental medical procedure, only to discover the entire operation is a scam to defraud the most vulnerable, armed with a newfound purpose. The famous serial killer uses deranged and ingenious traps to turn the tables on the con artists.
So, how this one starts off is with John Kramer in the hospital, chilling around in a circle, being like, hey, I got cancer, and I've been cured, so do you want that cure as well? Go to Mexico. So he hops, skips, and jumps over to Mexico. They do a procedure on him. He feels better, which I'm assuming is placebo because he thinks the procedure is working, and he then discovers that the procedure is not working because it did not happen. It was just a video he was watching of someone else doing the procedure. So that's really upsetting. And the starting kill for this movie, as all horror movies do have a starting kill, is pretty basic and is pretty boring. It's nothing too exciting. It kind of just has a imaginary thing happen because there's a cleaner in the hospital who's pickpocketing, and then he gets his eyes sucked out, but it doesn't really happen because it's all just in John's head. So I was quite upset with that because the main poster child for this movie, the main trap that's being promoted for this movie, is the one where they get their eyeballs sucked out, but it didn't even happen because the guy decided not to steal because John caught him. Not because he didn't want to, but because John caught him. Anyway, continuing on, John then puts the 4 people into traps, makes one saw their own leg off, but they didn't do it in time, so they get their head cut off. Another one has to operate on their own brain to put enough brain matter into a jar, or their head will be fucking burned off. They don't do it in time, so they die. The next one is they're getting blasted with radiation, and they have to basically break their foot and their hand to fall out of the chains to survive. And she did it. And then John tries to get him to the hospital, but then the woman's boyfriend comes in and is like, nope, John, you get in the trap. Fuck you, we're not putting her in the trap, you're going in the trap. And then a random little boy shows up who was referenced at the start of the movie for whatever reason, and him and John are put in the blood trap, and John sacrifices himself. The other 2 run away and try and steal all the money, but then they get trapped in this blood oxygen place where it's slowly killing them, and one of them dies and then the other one is trapped. John and his assistant then walk away and basically give all the money to the child, and that's where the movie ends. I'm gonna be honest, the plot twist of this one fucking sucked. I didn't like how that the woman and the husband, the woman and the guy, were together, and that they were trying to double cross John twice, and then John just knew to double cross them. It was really boring as well. The traps weren't as exciting as the other ones were, and just the whole concept of it felt really stupid. Dog, I know you're on your last legs, I know you have cancer, but you thought that was gonna work? Like, how are you even still alive? I watched you die in number 3, and you've had cancer throughout all these movies. How the fuck are you still alive? I would take that as a fucking miracle. I would take that as a sign. The fact that you've lived through 10 fucking movies, and I'm pretty sure have died multiple times across these movies, but still keep coming back is fucking insane. How the fuck? You have like a miracle. You have a fucking totem of undying in your pocket, dog. Use that. What the fuck? You need this procedure specifically? Don't think so. I also hated Bear Trap Girl's hair. I forgot her name. Again, I'm so sorry. But I hate her hair. Her hair in this movie fucking sucks. She looks like Will Byers. She literally has the fucking bowl cut. It fucking sucks. That is not a modern haircut. Why the fuck is she rocking that in the big old, like, 2021, in the big old 2020s? I don't know if it was 2020, 2021, 2022, or 2023 when this came out. But I know it was in the 2020s. Some point in the 2020s, the new decade. That shit's insane. The, like, overall, like, characters didn't really seem that interesting either. And they all kind of seemed like they were manipulated by this one woman, like the blonde girl. Like, they all seemed to be manipulated by her. None of them really did this of their own, like, fruition. It was all her idea, and they just kind of went along with it. And she didn't even care for them in the slightest, and that really sucked for them, I guess, because obviously it got them killed. And the two to start with got so close but still failed, and I was genuinely kind of upset that they failed, like, because they were so close, and that is so wounding. I'm gonna be honest, like, you got so close to doing it, and just to come short, just to fail slightly, it is insane. To be fair, I don't think I would have even attempted it, just because, like, I would go through all that pain just to go through more pain to die. Like, I don't think I'd be able to do it. I think I'd cry and I'd freeze, and I just wouldn't be able to go through with either sawing off my leg, sawing off my arm, fucking cutting into my own brain, because that one was brutal. Cutting off your leg's one thing, sawing into your own brain is another, and obviously this is a more modern movie, so you can tell by the camera and, like, the prosthetics and the CGI that this is a whole lot better and a lot more gory and gruesome. It looks a lot more real than the others did, not gonna lie. Like, the fucking blood squirting out of her leg was insane. Like, dog, if you have, like, big legs, like I have quite big thighs, like, I would have to cut for so long to get through my leg, so fuck that. I would just fucking look at my leg and be like, yeah, nah, I got some fucking big legs and I got some big calves. I get called Uraraka boots all the time, so ain't no fucking way I'm cutting through this shit. Like, nah, I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing it, because she was, like, cutting through her hands as well with the wire because of how she had to hold it. So, nah, not today, not for me. That I ain't surviving that one. No siree, that one's fucking brutal. That one is upsetting and fucking grim. That one's fucking grim. Honestly, the traps weren't even that good, to be fair. It was like, oh, burn your face off or the brain. I don't know where he got the fucking gamma gun either. Like, that was fucking wild. Bro just had a fucking gamma gun hiding in the fucking warehouse. That was genuinely insane. Like, why was that there? What was its purpose in this vault? Like, dog, I do believe this is the same science lab that they were working in. So why the fuck did they have all this shit? Why did they have all this, like, creepy fucking tomfoolery that he could just get his hands on? Like, it is insane. Insane. Like, so fucking creepy as shit. Like, what the fuck were they doing? How was this a scam? Why do they have all this equipment if it was just supposed to be a scam? Like, I feel like this one was the least thought through, because even the plot twist of being, oh, these two were together and John knew they were together, so that's why they survived, was boring. I didn't like that. I thought it was so slow, and, like, it didn't grip me as much as the others did. Like, I wasn't on the edge of my seat. I didn't really give a fuck. I was just kind of watching it. I was just kind of there. Like, I felt like the other ones were a lot more interesting and a lot more, creative, whereas this one just kind of felt flat. compared to the other ones. Like, there wasn't as much like character drama, and I know there isn't a lot of character drama anyway in Saw, because you don't get a whole lot of time to connect with the characters because they're not on screen for very long before they get put in the traps and eventually bite the bullet. But you know, I would have still liked to have got to know some of them, because like normally you get to know at least one or two of them, so then you have someone to root for in the movie, so then you actually care who survives and who doesn't. However, this one didn't really have that. I was actually rooting for more John Kramer with this one, so it kind of felt like the tables were flipped, where we started to care less about the victims and more about John and his story and how he's curing his cancer. So I don't know, it just felt like a different vibe, a different type of movie. It didn't feel like the other Saw movies where it was John like torturing people. It felt like people were just torturing John, and I don't know, I wasn't here for that. I didn't enjoy the style that they were going for. They switched up the formula, and I respect that. Trying out something new, like, you can't knock it till you try it, but I just don't think that this one worked out, and if they were to make another one after number 10, that they should go back to the older ways of Saw. But to be fair, I don't know how many more traps they can really come up with or have in their fucking arsenal, because after 10 movies, you have to be running out of traps at some point. There is no way you still have more ideas for more traps. This is genuinely insane. Like, how do you still come up with ideas after 10, 11, maybe even 12 movies of, like, you know, John Kramer killing people? Like, there is only so far you can take this concept, like, before it goes ridiculous. And I think they stayed pretty grounded throughout all of the 10 movies, so massive respect for them for that, because like even Fast and Furious after 10 movies they went to fucking space. Even Freddy and Jason after like 5 movies went to space. So you know what, I can respect it with this one. John Kramer stayed grounded. He knows who he is, and he stayed doing what he does best, doing what he loves. So solid, like 3 out of 10.